Check out carmarshal.com. The link is in the description. They help support us.
Guy in the hoodie.
He's the guy in the hoodie. No, he never took his hand out of the pocket.
Surveillance video of New York terrorist released immediately, still not one image from Vegas months later. Immediately following the terrorist attack in New York Monday, surveillance video of the attack was released. Not a single image from Vegas has yet to be released. By Matt Agarist, December 11, 2017. New York on Monday morning, a 27-year-old alleged terrorist by the name of Akadullah walked into the underground tunnel between Times Square and the Port Authority bus terminal and detonated a crudely made pipe bomb. Luckily no one but Ullah was seriously injured. After the blast, which happened at 7:20 a.m. during rush hour, the suspect was almost immediately identified and a profile of him released. Ullah is from Bangladesh and had been living in Brooklyn. He arrived in the United States in February of 2011 and had a visa. He came in with his parents and 3 to 4 siblings and subsequently obtained a green card and became a permanent U.S. resident, according to CBS News. "They've been bombing in my country and I wanted to do damage here," law enforcement sources reportedly told the New York Post. He told cops he was inspired by ISIS, but police don't believe he had any direct contact with the group, sources said. Currently, police are claiming Ullah is a lone wolf attacker and they are saying there is no reason to believe any other attacks are forthcoming. Advertisement. NYPD will be adjusting and adapting the way they always do. Right now, they don't believe there's any follow-up attack immediately planned, but there are still several weeks to go before Christmas, 2 weeks from today, said Representative Peter King. During the press conference, New York's governor took to the microphone to blame the internet for the attack. "With the internet now, anyone can go on the internet and download garbage and vileness on how to put together an amateur-level explosive device," said NY Governor Andrew Cuomo. Read more: cops force woman to perform a field sobriety test naked from the waist down lawsuit. Clearly missing the point and hinting at a possible agenda of internet censorship, Cuomo conveniently ignored the fact that people can also securely and easily send those files to one another via cheap satellite antennas, cell phones, dark web, or any other number of ways without the evil internet. Within minutes of the attack, surveillance footage from the tunnel was released which shows Ullah detonate the bomb. The footage from a Port Authority surveillance camera monitor shows commuters walking through a narrow hall on the way to the A, C and E trains moments before the blast, according to the New York Post. "It's the guy in the hoodie," one off-camera voice can be heard saying, referring to the suspect as he enters the frame and the bomb goes off. It is amazing how fast an investigation can go when the attacker is called a terrorist. If we contrast the tragic massacre in Las Vegas last month with this tragic attack in New York, a telling picture begins to appear. Within only hours, Ullah's history both inside and outside the United States was made public. We were informed that Sepov lived in Brooklyn, was a licensed cab driver, and that he arrived in the United States in February of 2011 and had a visa. He came in with his parents and 3 to 4 siblings and subsequently obtained a green card and became a permanent U.S. resident. All this information was immediately released to the public without anyone having to demand it. Contrast this with Vegas as millions continue to demand answers to very simple questions about Stephen Paddock and it is the exact opposite. Read more: cop photograph displaying Nazi tattoo, department says nothing's wrong with it. It took close to a week to learn that Stephen Paddock allegedly traveled outside of the United States. In fact, it hasn't been officially released at all. We were simply told by CNN, through a confidential law enforcement source, that Paddock took several cruises that included stops at ports in Spain, Italy, Greece, Jordan, and the United Arab Emirates. As the investigation into the New York Act of Terror shows us, it is quite easy to find out where people travel to and from inside and outside of the US. Why haven't we been told exactly where Paddock has traveled? What's more, as the video above illustrates, Bulla was caught surveillance cameras, and this was all quickly published online. However, in spite of the tens of thousands of cameras throughout the Las Vegas area and inside the Mandalay Bay Casino, not a single video nor even a still image from a surveillance camera has been released. Why haven't authorities released a single image of Paddock carrying a bag into the hotel? Why haven't authorities released a single image of Paddock sitting down at one of the many slot machines at which he was alleged to have used his girlfriend's point card? Indeed, there was surveillance footage released of Stephen Paddock immediately after the shooting. However, this video was obtained by NBC News from a different hotel, 6 years ago. How is it that NBC was able to get surveillance footage from 6 years ago, almost immediately after the shooting, and police can't release a single image of Paddock at the Mandalay Bay Casino during his stay and before he shot himself in his hotel room? Read more. Mom arrested, charged with felony for putting recorder in 9-year-old's backpack to catch her bully. It is ridiculous to consider the fact that most of the information the public has about Stephen Paddock and what went on inside Mandalay Bay has not come from police. Instead, it has come from citizens with access to certain information and leaked to the press. In fact, police seem to want the public to remain entirely in the dark about what happened as they continue to change their story, and they actually publicly noted that they wanted to punish the person who leaked the photos of Paddock's suite to the news. Department Undersheriff Kevin McMahill noted in October. There was a question about the validity of the crime scene photos that somebody had leaked. I can confirm those are, in fact, photos from inside of the room. They are in fact photos of our suspect, and as the sheriff mentioned previously, we have all opened up an internal investigation to determine the source of the leaks of those photos to the public. Why is it that we already know more about an attack and attacker that happened this morning than we do about an attack and an attacker that happened over 2 months ago? If authorities want to dispel these so-called conspiracy theories popping up online, they need to stop changing their stories and release what they know now.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Sheriff County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave let's say actually yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it. 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, you know, if I got, you know, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. You know, 47,000 of you so far right now. You know, $1 a day. I mean, $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.